Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the Mazda 3 hatchback. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Aura Mazda here in Utah for giving me some time with this Mazda 3. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter four-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 27 around town and then 35 on the highway, with power outputs being 191 horsepower and then 186 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood design, you guys can see it's flat there on the center and then it kind of falls off on either side. And then popping down below, you guys can see really sharp with the headlight design. And then I love how this is all darker with the trim, including the grille. Actually looks really high quality just because it's painted and not just exposed plastic. Got the Mazda logo there, of course, as well. And putting it all together, I love the contrast between the black and the white elements on this so far. Coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 215, 45, 18 in the front and over in the rear. And then you guys can see with the wheels, metallic gray for the coloration to go with that darker theme. And then we've got that cut out in the fender. I love the look of that. And then you guys can see here with the mirrors body painted, door handles are also body painted, and then all the window trim is actually darker. And then here's your full side view with the Mazda 3 hatchback. And don't worry, I will do a review on the sedan once they get one in. Here's a quick look at the key fob. We got the Mazda logo there, and then you guys can see the lock and unlock function as well. And then popping into the rear, you guys can see I've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. And this is one of the cool things about the hatchback. You do have more storage space compared to the sedan, well, at least vertical storage space. So that's a big benefit. And then you can actually lock it here from the rear, which is really cool, but just grab this handle and that'll let you plop it right down. And then I like how the Mazda logo, or below the Mazda logo, is the popper, which is really cool. And then you guys can see with the taillights, and then look at all of the rest of the badges here on the back. And then I like how the trim here at the bottom is darker, and then you got the dual exhaust tips there at the very bottom. And then wrapping things up, let me know what you guys think about the looks here of this Mazda 3 hatchback. Now, taking a look at the door panel, it's actually soft touch here at the top, and then down below, I love this, just that the overall design, you guys can see the silver trim that continues in the door handle, and you got more padding here where you're going to rest your arm, but very premium look overall. And then here are the seats. You guys can see the nice padding all down the center, and they are all blacked out. Now, sorry about the lighting with this particular shot. It's a rainy day, so there's not a lot of lighting to be had. But legroom in the back of the Mazda 3, as you can see, is pretty decent. We do have a little hump here in the center for the center passenger, for those of you wondering. By the way, these seats are really comfortable. And then we actually have this little pull-down cup holder armrest, which is another nice feature. And then last but not least, headroom back here is good. Now, taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see, again, soft touch here at the top, and then look at the trim down below with the silver trim as well. And then we've got our padding right here, all of our window controls, and then we've got the mirror adjustments on top of that, and then we do have blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And now taking a look at the front seat, you guys can see all of the padding here for the seat itself. It is power adjustable, by the way. And then on the side here, we've got some controls for like the safety tech. You guys can see the stability control and then memory seat function as well. And then you guys can see with the steering wheel, it's manually adjustable. So taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around, and again, very premium look and feel overall. You got some practical controls here on the front as well, and you guys can also see got Mazda's normal 3-spoke design. Now here is our gauge cluster. You got that digital screen there in the center, which you can use to scroll through different menus, which is kind of a cool little feature of the gauge cluster itself. And then we also do have a sport mode. It doesn't do anything crazy, but just says sport there at the bottom. And then you guys can see we've got a backup camera here with trajectory lines, and resolution with the camera system's actually pretty solid overall. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, just like other modern Mazdas, it is not a touchscreen. It's all controlled via a dial, but I mean, it responds quickly when you press into the different menus. It's actually really easy to use. I'd say this is the easiest dial system that I've seen in a car. And it's actually soft touch here at the top, and then also down below all over the dash, which just adds to the premium look and feel. And then look at the climate controls here. So dual zone climate, heated seats, but just the trim that goes across again adds to the premium feel. Now you got some storage down there, probably just fuzzy on the camera, and then also cup holders as well. And then we have our shifter there for the 6-speed automatic, sport mode right next to it, and then you got manual mode as well. And then this is the control for the infotainment system, volume control right next to it, shortcut buttons around. Got your parking brake right there with the auto hold too. And then here's the center console, slides back, and then you guys can see opening. Also, you've got some USB action there, which is pretty neat. But yeah, really nice. Got some padding here on the top. And then with the glove box, that's big. We do have a sunglass holder up top, and then you guys can see we also have a sunroof, and then just darker colored headliner. So here's our window sticker for this Mazda 3. This is an S preferred. This is front wheel drive, but anyways, hatchback. You guys can see the base MSRP right there is $27,390. Total MSRP is under $30,000, $29,295, and under 30 grand in today's market is affordable. Anyways, let's see how it drives. Now let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring, throughout the rest of the rear, and Mazda 3 away. So I just reviewed a carbon edition the other week. That was really cool because it had like the red interior. But I'm trying to be a little bit more, what's the word for it? I guess like I'm trying to show more packages in Mazda's lineup, because I've had some people ask me to review more than just like the, you know, fully loaded packages. Obviously the carbon edition isn't technically fully loaded, but it kind of is. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. So I reviewed a more baseline CX-50, and then we're reviewing this Mazda 3, which is not obviously base. I mean, this has quite a few features, but it's at a slightly more affordable price point, and it's front wheel drive. So we'll see how the front wheel drive one drives, if it's good or not. First off, seat comfort's, it's good. In normal Mazda fashion, the seats are going to be a little bit like tighter with the bolsters, but these ones are actually surprising. Like at the top, they're very open. It's the bottom bolsters that are actually a little bit on the tighter side of things, but they're comfortable overall. Love the feeling of the steering wheel. Has a very premium feel. Like, the thing that's crazy to me is I just reviewed a couple BMWs earlier today, and I like how this steering wheel feels more than the steering wheels in a BMW. Like, the BMWs I reviewed were both over $100,000. So I don't know what Mazda does to make this feel as nice as it does, but they do a good job with that. Ride quality is really comfortable, so I think that's another big plus with this. And it seems like it's pretty responsive so far with everything. Pop it in the sport mode. It's got good power. Again, this is the naturally aspirated engine. I will have a review on the turbo once they get one in as well with that, because I'm sure a lot of you will want to see the Mazda 3 turbo. But let's see how the front wheel drive puts down the power in the rain. Not a problem at all. There was no spinning whatsoever. So this puts down the power in the rain too. That's impressive. That is quite impressive. So to sum things up here with the Mazda 3 hatchback and front wheel drive, I like the looks of this. The contrast with the darker and lighter elements I think look really good, and it drives really well. It's very comfortable, and yeah, they've just the overall tuning on this I think is great. It's got good features, and again, the pricing in today's market for like the interior you're getting and everything, it's very reasonable. Under $30,000, and you're kind of getting like a, you know, what you might call a pseudo luxury car, but in reality, like, again, I review luxury cars all the time, and this has just as much luxury as what you get from the luxury brands. So let me know your thoughts, but I think it's great. Now I still personally would go for all-wheel drive, just because, you know, it snows half the year here in Utah. But if you don't need the all-wheel drive, the front-wheel drive is great. It puts down the power. It does not have annoying front-wheel drive driving dynamics, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't torque steer like crazy or anything like that. Again, it does a really good job with everything. But let me know your thoughts.